What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Real Highlights podcast. I'm with Henry. Still got the phone mic, but we are doing a new format of the podcast where we record individual clips and then we'll post all those clips on YouTube. So if you don't want to listen to the full podcast and you just want to listen to certain subjects, you can. You don't have to click through and find those. You can just click on the video, listen. And the podcast will stay the same. You still have the full podcast you can listen or watch on YouTube. Anyways, let's get right into the video podcast. College football playoff. You have Clemson versus who? Who are they playing? Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
And Alabama versus Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So, I think Alabama's going to beat Notre Dame. Clemson is going to beat Ohio State, and Clemson will beat Alabama.
Very, very controversial take, but it's actually not that controversial. I agree. Trevor Lawrence is the GOAT.
Trevor Lawrence is just such a GOAT. I mean, he's like Tom Brady pretty much. You know.
Yeah.
He just like wins. He lost last year to Joe Burrow, but that was a little different, I feel like, you know.
Yeah, it was very different.
I think Joe Burrow was a senior. It's an Alabama quarterback. I think it's his first year there. So, you know, yeah. Trevor Lawrence, it's his junior year now. He's already got a national championship. He's going for a second now, right?
Yeah.
He lost he lost before. He knows what it's like to lose. He knows how to win. I feel like it only makes sense that they win, right?
Yeah, and it's just gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Although Alabama is really good, if I'm not mistaken, two of their players are eligible to win the Heisman. Like, they're both nominated. So so Alabama's two guys. Clemson is Trevor Lawrence even there? I don't think so because he missed the game, right? Yeah, he missed the game.
Because of COVID.
Yeah. Who knows? Ohio State could give them some problems. Ohio State knows what it's like to lose. Justin Fields knows what it's like to lose. They both lost last year. So who knows? They might make a comeback and take that win. Although Justin Fields has had some questionable moments this year where he's thrown lots of interceptions. So yeah. We think Clemson will win. But who knows? Ohio State could win. Alabama could win. I don't know why Notre Dame's even in there. Wasn't there other teams that were close to... I think there was.
I think they
beat Clemson, but but Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And then the second time they played, Clemson killed them. He, totally destroyed them.
Really? I thought they went.
I think they played twice. Let's stick these rankings. So who's ranked 5th? So if we can argue why Notre Dame should be. Texas A&M is ranked 5th. That's who it was. I think they should be 4th.
But didn't they lose to Texas?
They might have lost,
yeah,
but
they lost to Texas, I think.
But still, I'd rather have them over Notre Dame. I don't know. Or Oklahoma 6. They're really good. You got Florida 7, Cincinnati, Georgia. There's so many other teams you can pick other than Notre Dame. Put North Carolina in there, even though they're 13th, because they're North Carolina. Wouldn't that be sick? Put North Carolina in there. So yeah, we think Clemson's gonna win, but literally any team except Notre Dame. So 3 other teams. I think the college football, I think they should expand it to 8 teams, make it more interesting.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
I think it would be way better to see 8 teams in the college playoff other than 4, because it's the same 2 every year. It's Clemson and Alabama, and then oftentimes Ohio State, and then the 4th team's usually a little random, but only one team's random. Make it so 8 teams. So the Gophers can get in there. You know what I mean?
They were 8.
The Gophers were top 8 last year. We would have been in it last year if they...
No, that was only at one time. We finished, I think.
Yeah, we finished later. But you think, if we're ranked high, we might play a little harder, keep that ranking. You know what I mean? Because we had, no chance of... I mean, we had a chance, but we would have... not a good chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alabama, who was in it? LSU or Clemson or the Ohio State and the other team would have had to lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything could happen in the college football playoff. NBA box scores. Let's go over it. So podcast went out on Tuesday. We're gonna go over Tuesday box scores. Knicks beat Cavaliers 95-86. Julius Randle 28, 12, 11. Andre Drummond 18, 17. Julius Randle's playing like an all-star. He's playing out of his mind. If he keeps playing like this, he will be an all-star. Thibodeau is playing 80 minutes a game, but it's fine. Warriors once beat the Pistons 116-106. Curry 31-5-6. Jeremy again 27-7-1. That's good to see. Celtics beat Pacers 116-111. Tatum 27-11-4. Oladipo 24-6-6. 76ers beat the Raptors 193. Kyle Lowry 24-8-9. Joel Embiid 29-16-4. The Chicago Bulls beat the Washington Wizards 115-107. Zach LaVine had 23-5-6. Russell Westbrook 21-15-11. Bucks beat Heat 144-97. Were killing them. They set the record for most threes. With 29, they broke the Wolves record. It's heartbreaking. Drew Holiday 24-3-7. Tyler Hero 23-3-7. Magic beat the Thunder 118-107. Vucevic 28-10-5. Shea 23-7-7. Suns beat the Pelicans 111-86. Ingram 13-6-6. DeAndre Ayton 13-12. Clippers beat the Timberwolves 124-101. Heartbreaking. I think we might win this game without Cat. With Cat, I'm going to be honest. But I don't know. D'Lo 22-3-4. Paul George 18-6-5. Kings beat Nuggets 125-115. Jokic 26-10-12. De'Aaron Fox 24-3-9. Wednesday, December 30th. Celtics beat Grizzlies 126-107. Jonas Valanciunas had 20-11. Jaylen Brown put up 42-5-4, an insane stat line. Really helped me in fantasy, but we'll go over that later. Brooklyn beat the Hawks 145-141. Trae Young put up 36-11. Kevin Durant 33-11-8. That Achilles does not affect them, and like I said, it wouldn't affect them, and it clearly isn't. He's putting up 33-11-8. Oh, the Miami Heat beat the Milwaukee Bucks 119-108. Giannis 26-13-10. Bam 22-8-10. I picked the Heat to win this game because I thought Butler was going to be playing in like my ESPN streak. Turns out he wasn't playing, and he got down like 20. No, they didn't get down that much, but they got down, and they ended up coming back and winning, which is great. Hornets beat the Mavericks 118-99. Really surprising to see, but I think the Mavericks will figure it out eventually, especially if KP coming back soon. Miles Bridges 20-16-2. Jalen Brunson 16-4-4. The Lakers beat the Spurs 121-107. LeBron 26-5-8. DeJounte Murray 29-7-7. LeBron is like 8, so he's 36 and he's doing this. It's so crazy. Clippers beat the Trailblazers 128-105. CJ McCollum 25-4-3. Paul George 23-10-7. Today, December 31st, we only have one game that we can go over, and it's not even, and it's just at the end of the third quarter. But Chicago Bulls are up 89-82 on the Wizards. Otto Porter 19-7-3. Thomas Bryant 25-3. This is not looking. The Hawks game? That was on today? They played today? Did they play today? So. Oh, yeah, wait. Now the NBA is messing with me and putting certain games ahead of other games. But Pacers beat Cleveland 119-99. Colin Sexton had 28-14. Domantas Sabonis 25-11-7. I don't know if they played.
It might have been the Pacers game that
Yeah. And then you have 76ers Magic going on. 76ers are up 34-17. Steph Curry 10-1-3. Vucevic 7-4-2. This probably isn't a big deal. I think Josh Richardson's gonna fit in Dallas. I think he'll end up being fine, especially with especially because he plays defense. But the Mavericks look like they're missing Steph Curry just a little bit. You know, that efficient 10 points in the first quarter can really help them come back from losses.
Yeah.
And Friday, New Year's Eve. It is New Year's Eve right now. You have some games going on. You have Hornets, Grizzlies. We'll go over these games next in the next pod. But we have what's up next? NBA news. So there's some headlines. John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins are gonna make their debut tonight. Against the Kings. I'm really curious to see how that goes because obviously Harden and Christian Wood are averaging like 50 points a game. Like no one else is doing anything, so it'd be interesting if the Rockets become like a super team with those guys. All of a sudden are one of the best teams in the league. So they could be really good. They could also go horrible. Who knows? Chris Dunn is only resting 2 weeks after ankle surgery. So Chris Dunn had ankle surgery, and he's only resting 2 weeks, which I think is crazy that you have surgery and you're good in 2 weeks. I guess yeah, it's just crazy. Only 2 weeks,
Yeah.
LeBron James extends record streak of 10-point games to 1,000. So he's had 1,000 games of 10 points. So 10,000 points. I mean, like it's like 30,000, but that's insane as well. Becky Hammond, first woman to be the head coach of an NBA team. Popovich got ejected, just like Popovich does, and she took over. And she's a really good coach. I bet when Pop retires, if he does anytime soon, she'll take over.
I can see that.
Yeah, Clippers returned. Clippers are back. They had they just weren't there against Dallas, as Paul George said. They had a little fun after the Denver game on Christmas. So, they're back. They beat Portland. Yeah. 0 players test positive in latest COVID-19 results. That's great. The Lauri Markkanen is also not playing tonight because he was around somebody, I think. 4 Bulls. There's a lot of guys. But yeah, no positive. You see NBA ratings for the opening week are the highest they've ever been in history, or since 2011. But like other than that, like since in the history of the NBA, highest ever. Crazy. I know people.
I don't know why, but
people they weren't that good in the playoffs last year, mostly because you had baseball and football and NBA going on, so it's like spread out. But NBA is always great. They're gonna kill no matter what. LeBron James is 36 years old now, which is kind of crazy. 18 years in the NBA, 36 years old. I mean, he's just going crazy. It's like he doesn't age. And how many years do you think this LeBron James will be? Like, how many more years will he be this LeBron James?
I think when he finishes up this contract, he'll take a step back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna regress, but you won't notice it. Do you know what I mean? Like he will regress, but you won't notice that he went from averaging 25 points a game to 24. Like it's gonna be slow. Because his 80 is only going to get better, and he's only going to get a little worse every year. So it won't be super noticeable.
Yeah.
John Morant out 3 to 5 weeks of a grade 2 ankle sprain. I think we went over this, but the last one. But I don't think we knew that it was a grade 2 ankle sprain. It could have been much worse.
Yeah.
Ankle sprain is like best scenario. He got up so high and landed. Yeah. And longtime Pacers executive Donnie Walsh announced his retirement. I don't know how executive? Wasn't Larry Bird executive? Maybe by executive. Okay, never mind. Larry Bird must have been president of basketball operations, and executive is GM, and Donnie Walsh must have been the GM. So he must have been the GM for a while. So he just retired. What other NBA news though? Towns still injured. Sadly, who knows? There's only 72 games. There's not 82, so every game we lose hurts a little more.
Yeah.
And if it's bad.
think he's out till January at least.
Yeah,
Which
I mean, another thing
actually
is,
only tomorrow, but
Cat should know not to land. Like, if you watch that replay, Cat lands like on his hand. When you're going down hard, you land on your shoulder and roll. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't land on your hand. That's how I broke my arm. Do you remember
that's how I
when I
broke my
broke?
arm.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just land
I
on it
did.
instead of rolling over.
And
And to be fair, like I couldn't really do anything there. I mean, you weren't there watching. I'm not gonna explain what happened because I just rather not. But yeah,
oh, I
he
think I
doesn't know how to
remember.
land. So yeah. In other news, there is Netflix. What have we been watching? So just some of the stuff I've been watching. So I've been watching stand up. Love stand up. Hannibal Buress. I didn't even know he had a special on Netflix. It's actually recorded in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, which is great. I've also been watching Soul Saves America. I actually watched that. It was hilarious. Tom Segura Ball Hog. Space Force, of course. I finished that. The Umbrella Academy. I watched the first episode. Kevin Hart had a new special. Been rewatching some John Mulaney stuff. That's a Death to 2020. That's something. I'm like 16 minutes in. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anything you've been watching?
I've been watching this comedy thing called Billy on the Street.
Billy
Um,
on the Street.
yeah, show called The Midnight Gospel, and I've been rewatching The Last Dance.
Yeah, I watched. Oh, have you seen Soul? That just came out. It's
Oh
pretty
no, I
good, I
haven't.
think.
It
It's
is.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Disney Plus, yeah. The Queen's Gambit. I mean, that was a while ago, but also it's really good.
Yeah.
Top picks for me on Netflix. What are they? Stranger Things. I'm never watching that. I've never. Stranger Things seems scary to me. I don't know if I ever want to watch Stranger Things.
No, I've watched it.
I don't know. I watched it with you once with Evan, and it was really scary, dude. Super scary. It was at Evan's house. They're like in a cave, and the one girl was like about to die in like a restaurant. They like killed somebody in a restaurant. Super scary, bro. Never watching it again. I have better things I can watch, like watch comedy.
I finished, yeah. MLB. Okay, so there's been a lot of stuff that's gone down in the MLB, during because it's the off season, and a lot of roster changes all over the league. And I'll start with the Red Sox signed outfielder Hunter Renfroe, who was previously on the Rangers. And then let's see. Rays signed catcher Mike Zunino, who was, I think, on. Shoot, I'm having a brain fart now. I want to say the Reds. I'm probably wrong with that.
It's
And
fine.
then-
Just keep going. Keep going.
Okay, Dodgers signed pitcher Tommy Cannell. I've honestly never heard of him. Rangers signed pitcher Kohei Arihara. The Rays trade pitcher Blake Snell to the Padres. That's
Horrible
huge.
move. Horrible move for the
Horrible move
Rays.
by the
What are
Rays.
they doing?
They, like,
Last
they,
time
like,
the Rays
won
won a World
13.
Series, they did this exact thing. They just started trading all their players away for no reason
They went
after
up
a World
13.
Series. Yeah. And here they are doing it
So,
again after they
honestly,
make the World
Padres are gonna be
Series.
stacked. Padres
Yeah.
are stacked now.
Yeah, and they got Yu Darvish as well. I mean,
Yeah, not to mention the Cubs traded pitcher Yu Darvish and catcher Victor Aratini to the Padres for pitcher Zach Davies and 4 minor league prospects. And those are really all the big things.
Anything related to the Twins? Any rumors going on with the Twins?
I'll check. Oh, George Springer says that he's either gonna go to the Mets or the Blue Jays.
Oh yeah, I saw that. No Astros. Not even considering the Astros team he's been
Nope.
on forever. Crazy. What a cheater.
Yeah, what a cheater.
I don't like him.
And it doesn't look like Twins have made any big moves.
Wow. Why don't we just I really like that shortstop,
Polanco?
that we drafted. No, that we drafted.
Oh, that we drafted.
But but um, Polanco's pretty good. Why don't we just trade that shortstop, even if he's for like the best pitcher in the MLB? Right. What if we traded him for like Blake's? What if we traded him for like
Why didn't we
Blake
trade him for
Snell?
Yeah.
Right. And here's my take on that. So Mike Trout could be the GOAT, but as we've seen, even if you're the GOAT in baseball, you can't carry a team. You can't. So even if this guy's the GOAT, even if he's the best shortstop in the MLB like Lindor, it doesn't matter
Can't carry a team.
because he can't carry the Twins. So the Twins already have a pretty good team. We have Donaldson, we have Sano, we have Buxton. Like, we're pretty good. So all we need is another pitcher. We have Maeda, we have Barrios. And Barrios wasn't that good, but I think Barrios will have a comeback, especially if COVID going on. Oh yeah.
He was injured last year. The year before that, he was good.
Yeah, so we have all these. Yeah, so the more pitchers we get, the better we'll be. And obviously, we're almost like Houston Rockets, as in hitting home runs works really well in the regular season. But in the playoffs, does it work very well?
No.
Just get on base. As long as you get on base in the playoffs, stuff will happen, right?
Yeah.
So overall, there's been a few big moves in MLB free agency. There hasn't been a whole bunch of big moves, but I don't know.
But yeah, I'd be Eric dropped the list.
Fantasy basketball. Yeah. There's so we have fantasy football too. Let's go with fantasy football real quick. I won the league. Barely beat Masai. I think I went over it in the last one actually, but I beat Masai. Barely beat him. It's great. In current fantasy basketball, I am 1-0. My sister's 1-0. I think we went over. I think I went over this as well. My dad's 0-1. Henry, you're 0-1. Henry, your dad and mom are 0-1. Eric's 1-0. My mom's 0-1. Messiah's 1-0. I am up currently this week. I'm up 718 to 602. Barely. I was down 150 yesterday. My dad's up on you, Henry, 497 to 398. Henry, your dad's up on Eric with 605, 597. My mom's up on Masai, 532, 468. Surprised with Masai, because Masai was like the third highest scorer last week, was he not? Behind me and my sister. He might have been the most, actually. But I can click projected playoff bracket. Let's see this. It's projecting me the 1 seed, my sister the 2 seed, Masai 3 seed, Eric 4 seed, Henry, your dad 5 seed, and you 6 seed. So it's projecting my mom and my dad don't make the playoffs. How crazy is that?
That is actually crazy.
That's crazy. I'm gonna do it so the playoffs end May 2nd. So 2 or 3 weeks before the season ends, so players won't be sitting out for no reason then. I have a bye. It could be crucial if I have a bye, But I'm doing 6 teams, so it's just, you can make a run, Just make it a little more fun instead of just 4 teams. Just like the college football playoff. Make it interesting. We're doing 6 teams instead of 4. Yeah, you have to be like 2 of the worst teams not to make it. What players have been going off this week? Oh, let's go through transactions, recent transactions. Should we go? We'll just start on. You added Draymond Green. I wanted to add Draymond Green actually, but you got him over me because you lost. You're 0-1. I was 1-0, so you got him over me. So you dropped Brandon Clark, got Draymond Green. My dad added Colin Sexton, who I was gonna add, but then again I couldn't add him. Yeah, because I won. Your dad dropped Tyrese Halliburton, got Darius Garland. Your dad dropped Obi Toppin, got Jared Allen. I dropped Kevin Love, got Markelle Fultz. Marvin and Case Marvin dropped Spencer Dinwiddie and added Mikal Bridges. And the most recent one, my dad dropped TJ Warren and got Larry Nance Jr.
You know something we don't.
Yeah, probably does. I really want to pull off a blockbuster trade in fantasy, but like I don't really want to mess with my team, you know. And
I
another
want to
thing
mess with
is,
mine.
yeah, you should try and figure out some trades if you want.
I'm trying.
But
I'm trying to get.
yeah, apparently you're offering really bad trades for the other team.
Oh yeah, I am. You see, maybe they accidentally accept it. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Like I think Andrew Wiggins for Anthony Davis or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks that I can you know, like I want to make trades, but it's hard to because you don't know like which players. Do you know what I mean? I don't know
Yeah.
which players to go after. So in fantasy, there's some So yeah, I'm up. Henry's down. 1-0. Might be 2-0. We went over that. There's not much else to go over. I am gonna wait till this gets to 4:30. Maybe Henry will be back by then. But make sure to
Yeah.
subscribe, like, comment. Just do everything. Share it if you really want to. Um, and we will see you in the next one. This new clips thing might be a little unnatural, but we're trying.